Relax. It's just sports. That's our podcast name. I'm Marshall Kramsky. I'm a sports reporter here in Cincinnati. It's Taylor Whiter. She's our super producer, does all the fun things behind. And this podcast, real quick layout of the podcast. There are enough podcasts in Cincinnati talking about sports. That was ironic. And what we do here is inside access, less of as an insider, more as the view of the fan, more of the view of the casual person talking around. The bar, the restaurant, your friend's place. Sports are sometimes too serious. We're going to have some fun with it, but we're still going to talk sports. We're not going to be talking about the third string left guard battle for the Miami Redhawks, but we are going to be talking about fun stuff.
Yes, 100%. This is about fun. This is about funny.
Funny? Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, I'm funny. We'll see if you're funny. And this is just about having a good time. This should just be relaxing.
Relax, it's just sports. I love that name. Okay.
Thank God you came up with it.
Listen, genius. Strokes of genius, and I'm not afraid to admit when I have them, which is often. So, let's just jump right into it. What we're talking about today, week 1 of the NFL season rolling up. Bengals go to Cleveland. I'll be in Cleveland. We'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to talk college football. A lot to talk about in college football. A little bit of baseball. The Reds are making a playoff push. The Mets, we'll see. And we'll talk about that series coming up. My favorite segment, Cincy Dudes in the News. Another one of my favorite segments because I came up with it. And
loving his own names, loving his own creation.
Yes. And we'll do some national headlines too. And we're going to have fun with it. Where did I say we start?
Football's back.
Yes, football is so back.
It is.
It's fun to say that when it's actually back.
I know.
I feel like when you say football's back, it's like July and it's like
training camp.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody cares about training camp as much as we want to pretend we care.
Like nobody cares about your podcast. Nobody cares about your fantasy football team. Nobody cares about training camp. We can talk fantasy football if we have time. I don't know. So college football.
Started this weekend. Technically like last Tuesday.
Yeah, week 0 in Dublin. That was atrocious.
Yeah.
You would listen, my take, if you're going to play games in London or Dublin or anywhere over there, it rains like 2/3 of the year. Get a dome.
Get a dome and get good teams.
Oh, I didn't like how it was a Big 12 rivalry game there.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I want it to be like when USC was at the peak of their power versus Texas at the peak of their power.
I don't want that. I don't want college football in Europe. NFL in Europe I like. Like off-season, like college basketball teams going and playing a tournament in Italy. Love that for them. Like, I think these guys should be able to, and girls should be able to experience absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Playing a meaningful football game where you only get 11 or 12 of them, I don't like that.
I don't mind it. I just want it to be like the craziest game of all time and not like...
But why? Why do you want it to be played there then?
I mean, the same way that like I'm really excited about the Brazil game.
Why are you excited about the Brazil game?
Because I'm just like, how fun is this?
It's not fun on TV.
I love it. I think it's so fun.
I think it's fun if you're there.
No, I have a great time.
Really?
I am pro.
I'm pro grow the games. I'm pro grow the NFL. I'm pro grow the NBA, MLB, NHL. Love when they go overseas. I don't get it for college sports. I don't.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Like, college sports got enough issues. Anyway, bringing it back. Week 1, I think the game with the Cincinnati Bearcats was actually like not even just like locally. Like that was one of the more talked about games nationally because not because of the matchup between Cincinnati and Nebraska, of the environment in Kansas City and how it got there. Does that make sense?
Taylor Swift.
Well, Taylor Swift, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, they got engaged. Yeah, T-Swizzle was there. Yeah, I was at that game.
You were at that game, as you have been at a previous game with Taylor Swift.
I've been at many a game with Taylor Swift. Yeah. Are you teaming me up to tell my Taylor Swift story again?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, so New Year's Eve 2023 going into 2024, Bengals play the Chiefs, and after the game, we are on deadline. This is me banging on my laptop, and you feel like an aura shift in the room. And like Bengals had lost on New Year's Eve. Our deadlines are moved up an hour because it's a 10 o'clock newscast instead of 11 o'clock newscast.
So you're rushing.
I'm rushing, and I'm not a guy. I'm usually like my stuff is done super early kind of guy. Whatever. There's a female reporter from another station who's sitting next to me, and she no longer works in the market, but we're both working, and all of a sudden we feel like this aura shift, and I have my phone in my hand. I always have my phone in my hand. I turn, and this short little bouncer, and not only did he feel small to me, he actually is small.
He was small.
He is small.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. I sent you pictures of the man.
Yeah.
I turned, and he smacked my phone out of my hand.
Yeah, with no prior warning, no statement.
No, nothing. And I'm like, what is going on? And before I could even say anything, and the reason I bring up the female reporter, he hit her laptop too. And she kept going, he hit a button. Like the letter J was on like a Microsoft Word document. And it was Taylor and Travis. Taylor just kind of like looking down, didn't have any, it wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
And then Travis and I like made eye contact. He didn't say anything, but it was a big like, I'm sorry, dude, energy.
Sorry.
So I sent you a picture when I was there of like, this was the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
And of the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on her detail anymore. And I don't know if he was a Chiefs employee or if he was a Taylor Swift employee.
Perhaps we look into that. Perhaps we see if he was fired due to slapping the J on that woman's laptop.
Imagine
she reports it.
It was actually Big J. It was a capital J journalist. No, she is a journalist. But that's what happened with him.
The first experience of Taylor Swift.
My first Taylor Swift experience. She wasn't there the next time I was there. Bengals Chiefs week 2 last year.
Yeah.
And then she was there. First public appearance. Post-engagement.
Yes. And I know you care a lot about it. I know you're a big fan.
I'm not a hater of it.
No, but I know that like you're keeping up with all the updates. So you were ready.
You tell me all of them. Yeah. You tell me all
of
them.
You knew she was going to be at the game.
I did know she was going to be at the game.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to people. They're like, is she going to be at the game? Obviously she's going to be at the game. Like I knew the Kelce's had a suite.
Yeah.
So if the Kelce's had a suite, they just got engaged. Well, they've been engaged for a couple of weeks, but they publicly were engaged 2 days earlier. Yeah, she's going to be at the game.
She's going to be there.
Like she's hanging out with her family. Like that's that. To me, that's sometimes bonkers to me. Like people are still people.
Yeah, it's her fiance.
It's her fiance. It's her in-laws. Like
yeah, she's probably going to be.
It's a Thursday night in Kansas City. Like what else are you doing?
Nothing else to do.
What is Thursday night in like almost any city in America? Like yeah I'm going to go watch like. Anyway. The Bustin' with the Boys guys were there. They were awesome.
I saw that.
Will Compton, Taylor Lewan. I'm a big fan of theirs. Really cool to meet them. It was a lot of who's before the game. Obviously, Jason and Travis. Patrick Mahomes was there.
To see his mini-me.
To see Dylan Raiola, the quarterback of Nebraska. I'm trying to think who were the other big names there. Trey Smith was there, who plays for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Love his story because Trey played at Tennessee, right? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And he had pulmonary expulsion, which is PE, blood clots in your lungs. And Dante Corleone has been in touch with him through a staff member of the Bearcats who used to work at Tennessee in their sports information department. And this person and Zach from UC, who actually just called me. Sorry, Zach, if you hear this, I'll call you back. Zach and Trey were tight, and they did a big ESPN story on him. So when Dante got diagnosed with blood clots in his lungs, once he got on the mend, Zach connected Trey to Dante, and it's been a real like mentor-mentee relationship.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was super cool. And you know Brian Cook, former Bearcat, bunch of guys. So the who's who was cool. That game was the more I've thought about it, and I actually spoke with Scott Satterfield today, the Cincinnati Bearcats head coach. We filmed Bearcats All Access today, which is our weekly college UC show. He said, and I agree with him, that's the loudest stadium I've ever heard. And I've always felt that way. It might have been louder for the Nebraska UC game than it was for the AFC Championship game when the Chiefs beat the Bengals.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I think it was louder.
You think it was louder?
Yes, because the difference was in that AFC Championship game in, what was that, 22? It was technically 2023, but the 2022 season, when Joseph Osai made the penalty that... Yes.
We can never forget it. Yes.
When that penalty happened, that was a roar. And when Harrison Butker made the field goal, roof came off.
Yeah.
But the difference, and Satterfield told me this, and I agree with him, the consistent level of noise.
They never stop.
How do you not run out of things to say?
Yeah.
Hats off to Nebraska. They were loud. UC was in it till the very end. They were down by 3, 20-17. Bearcats were, 33 yards out. I don't think Brendan Sorsby made the
right decision.
Oh, I thought you were saying I was wrong about 33 yards out.
No,
I actually think he made the right decision, wrong throw.
Okay.
If you look at the play, there was a safety not in whatever, not to get into the whole part, but whatever, we're not going to do on this podcast. My point is the receiver was open.
Yeah.
On that play, a quarterback is taught to either, unless there's literally no one there, which obviously he thought no one was there, throw it out of the end zone or make it a play where only one person can catch it.
Yeah.
He threw it short. Safety was able to come in and make the interception, game over.
Yeah.
They didn't lose the game on that play. There was dropped interception. There was multiple false start penalties, which if you looked around the rest of college football, like even Texas, Ohio State, the shoe, which I know we'll talk about in a little bit. That's
LSU, Clemson.
They were still using, they were still able to have clap cadence, which is, for those who don't know, clap cadence is how you can clap and signify to the rest of the offense, all right, we're going.
We're going, let's go.
That's not what happened. They couldn't do that. They were in silent count. So that's really hard for NFL teams.
Yeah.
For first game college football players, some transfers, some freshmen.
Sometimes, first game period.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So I was impressed by UC, but I thought the one thing I want to talk about, not about the X's and O's of the game, because whatever, they lost to Nebraska by 3. I think a lot of people were impressed by UC. That game doesn't really show me anything, to be honest, because it's a week 1 game.
And a random neutral site.
They're not going to be in another environment like that all year.
Yeah.
Even though the Big 12 does have great environments, not going to be like that. Brought up a bigger question. The Bearcats left. So that game was originally supposed to be a home and home.
And it was Lucas Oil.
No, it was originally a home and home.
Oh.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then they moved it to Lucas Oil.
Interesting.
And then, so Lucas Oil in Indianapolis.
Yes.
And then, from my understanding, Arrowhead started hosting Kansas games when their field was and people, they were like, really easy way to make money on college football.
Yeah.
You already have the field. So they're like, we want to get into the college football business. They said, we want to grab this game from Indianapolis. And now this was the first year of whatever it is, the Battle for Kansas City Classic or whatever.
Sure.
And the deal was they had to pay UC a certain amount of money to move it, and other people as well. And then the ticket share split, whatever. I think it was 75% for UC.
Yeah.
I've heard from multiple people it was about $2 million. Now, is that $2 million plus tickets? $2 million?
Yeah.
I don't know. But let's just use the $2 million for.
Yeah.
How much money is a winning college football worth? Because to UC, it's worth $2 million.
Yeah.
Because that game's at Lucas Oil Stadium, Bearcats win. And maybe they don't know that when they make the deal. But is Alabama going to do that? Even though they just lost. But is a program that is Ohio State going to do that?
No. Ohio State's not doing that. Alabama's not doing that. LSU's not doing that. I don't think any of the top guys are doing that.
And the Bearcats, I'll give them this. If you think just 3 years ago, the year, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago when they went to the college football playoff, went to Bloomington and they beat Indiana, and it was the biggest deal.
Yeah.
IU then, but who cares?
Yeah.
But for then, it was, they beat a Big Ten team in the, now, they're going toe-to-toe to Nebraska in what was a home game for Nebraska. Yeah. So if the Bearcats are entering that realm of competitiveness, don't you need to think like these other teams do?
Maybe, but maybe they think $2 million is going to get me a good quarterback. Maybe they're thinking of that.
So yeah, $2 million can get you a good quarterback, but you think you have a quarterback now. You have Dante Corleone, an All-American defensive tackle for this season.
But they don't know that when they sign the deal.
When did it switch to Kansas City? A year ago?
I want to say a year ago, yeah.
I guess. No, I guess. And it's just, to me, is it worth $2 million? I think the amount of money football brings into a school for a successful team, basketball as well, is absurd. Way more than $2 million.
Yeah.
So it's just a thought. I don't have an answer to it, but I know, I'll tell you what, Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, Georgia, Florida,
they're not doing it.
Notre Dame, no way.
Yeah.
So that's my thought. That's basically for the UC game. They got Bowling Green this week. Have fun.
Get that win. Get that first win.
No, don't be saying that. Last year they played Penn State to a touchdown. They had
Well, Bowling Green is.
They have the
cat.
The locker room cat.
They have the locker room cat. That's US's team right now. That's the country's.
I'm anti-cat, so.
Hot take by Marshall.
Dogs. Bearcats are fine. Wildcats are fine. Cats, no. I'm out.
Okay.
I like tigers and cheetahs and stuff, but cats, no.
House cats, no.
No. Okay. What are the games? Oh, I guess Ohio State.
Yeah. What was billed as the biggest game of the weekend?
1 versus 3. Texas was 1. Ohio State was 3. At the show, Lee Corso's last game. I loved what game they did.
That was cute.
That was great. Especially how Lee said it. He's like, "Give me my first love."
Yeah.
Incredible. IU fans pissed by that comment.
Well, and also I saw I saw the bottom line. They were doing like in honor of Lee Corso, a bottom line on ESPN, and it was like made his mark as the Louisville head coach. And I was watching it like with my dad at my parents' house, and my dad was like, IU has to be furious. No mentions of IU at all.
And your family is a Kentucky family.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But my dad was just like, IU has to be furious. Why are they commenting on his 4 seasons at U of L and not his time in Indiana? But
I think Indiana became a heel last year. Maybe that's why. When they took all of James Madison and just said, "We're playing with this team now."
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. That game, snooze fest.
Yes. Boring.
I think Arch Manning's catching way too much heat.
He's catching the most heat. Yeah.
Like as great as you could say, as much as people say he was born with the silver spoon because he's a Manning.
Famously.
Uncles, granddad, even his dad. And the broadcast would not let you forget about his mom. How many times did they bring up his mom? Did you listen to this?
I think it's one of those things where like they wanted to do something different and they were like,
but it wasn't.
You all know his dad and his uncles and his grandpa. We're going to do the mom 27 times.
Well, that's like, I just laugh at Zach Ertz, Julie Ertz's husband. Like,
Yeah.
wait, the first time we got it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, very cute. If those who don't know, Zach Ertz, tight end. Is he still playing?
He actually is.
Incredible. Time's a flat circle.
Yeah.
And Julie Ertz, Team USA women's soccer player. On a broadcast, they said Julie Ertz is the wife of Zach Ertz, the NFL tight end, but like Julie Ertz,
He's
way more accomplished.
Yeah.
So then the joke turned into Julie Ertz's husband, Zach.
Ertz.
And he's very good in on it, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what we're referencing. Okay, so yeah, Arch Manning for Texas. I think he's going to be fine. I think everyone just needs to like pump the brakes. It was his first road game in college football, and he had to play against the defending national championships in their game opener on their home field. Like, chill.
I'm listening.
I'm not saying he's the Heisman. I mean,
Yeah.
he's officially out on the Heisman now. Maybe the next year when he's a senior. I think everyone just needs to like take a beat.
Mm-hmm.
He's athletic still. Like, I think Sarkisian, the head coach of Texas, needs to like, everyone will just like, let's just like get settled.
Yeah.
Like, there is not a bigger test than playing the defending national champions on their home field.
Yeah.
Ohio State, both defenses looked good.
Matt Patricia, former Lions head coach.
So you know,
disgraced former Lions head coach.
So you know how he has the pencil?
Yeah.
Did you ever notice his sheet?
Yeah.
It's laminated.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Like Lions too.
That's crazy.
It's just the vibe. I've never seen him pull it out and write. Like I just haven't.
That's psycho.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to say the word psycho, but that's crazy.
No, it is crazy. Yes, there's so many things I could say about Matt Patricia. What I can say is,
I mean, he's a good coordinator.
He's a good defensive coordinator.
He's a good defensive coordinator. I just don't understand the pencil on the laminated sheet.
Yeah. Nope, that's his thing.
No, he looks good with it. I think the pencil
sure.
looks good. I think he looks good with the pencil.
Okay.
Biggest takeaway from Ohio State, I thought the defense was great. I think
defense featuring
Jermaine Matthews Jr. Played for Winton Woods High School here in Cincinnati. He, I would say, is the best corner I've covered anywhere, and I've covered football in Texas. I've covered football here for a while. New England football kind of stunk when I covered there, if I'm being honest.
Better than all of the Maine and New Hampshire players.
Vermont? No. No, New Hampshire? Ryan Day's from New Hampshire.
You're right. Yeah.
No, New Hampshire's a hotbed. No, Vermont football. Vermont had other great sports. Football, not one of them. Catch me at a hockey game.
I'm sure they're great.
Catch me at all the mountain events.
Yeah, none of them are touching Matthews though.
I think they're one of 2 states not to have an NFL player.
Feels right.
Yeah. So, good D3 schools: Middlebury College, Norwich. That's talking Vermont football. So, Jermaine Matthews Jr. Makes an interception, his first of the season.
Named Defensive Player of the Week for them.
For Ohio State?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Good for him. good kid, like very personable guy, easy to like root for his success. When I say I root for someone on this, it's usually like I'm rooting for a person who I like to do well in life. And it looks like he's on that track. He's going to be an NFL player one day. And I hope he gets 10 more picks this year because he's the dude. So yeah, that's Ohio State. They win 14-7. Nationally, the nationally most talked about game though.
Well,
Ohio State, Texas.
The most talked about game coming into the week was Ohio State, Texas.
Yeah.
Out of this past week, we're looking back, we're looking at the games. Nobody is talking about anything but Bill Belichick.
You mean North Carolina? The Tar Heels are going.
Of course, yes.
So I want to really quickly, TCU Flowers. TCU had to do this against Colorado in Deion's opening game with Shedeur, with Travis Hunter, like
with his other son that nobody ever talks
Shiloh,
about.
who just got cut from the box.
Yeah.
So Flowers TCU clearly learned from that experience of having to deal with like the media, like eyeballs.
Well, TCU is the sacrificial lamb. Everyone's like, we'll have them play TCU. They'll beat TCU. We'll praise them and we'll move on. And TCU's like, no, actually, we can't do this.
But like, good on TCU. Like, the way to get that to stop happening is win the game.
Exactly.
And they dog walked North Carolina. Like, there was a moment that was fun where North Carolina just like marched down the field in the beginning of the game. And then I was like, oh.
Well, it's like, okay, you guys are really good at the scripted plays. Like, you guys got the scripted plays and you said, we're eating this up. We didn't learn anything after that.
Yes.
Anything after that.
Bill Belichick, famously a defensive coach. Defense didn't look great.
Yeah, they
didn't look great. So.
It looked pretty horrible.
Yeah. Is Bill Belichick going to have to retire? Who's to say? Should he not be in the Hall of Fame? Who's to say?
Should Mike Lombardi still be their GM?
Who's to say? Has Bill Belichick done anything without Tom Brady? Who's to say? The answer is no. I think he made the playoffs once with Cleveland 7 years ago.
Literally, I think.
Honestly, maybe. That'd be a crazy poll.
It's not yet.
What did Brady do without him? Win a Super Bowl. And
I'm not here to do the Brady versus.
No, I just did.
And I'm saying you can have that. That's not my thing. My thing is I spent the last 2 weeks listening to people talk about like, we're ready to watch Bill dominate. Like, he's always been a kind of collegiate minded coach in the way that he like operates.
Because he's so strict on his players and says this is your curfew.
But really though, that's like not something NFL coaches do. So everyone was like, this is fitting in with the college vibe.
But not anymore.
Great. Exactly. That was the college vibe 20 years ago.
Like honestly 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like pre-NIL.
Pre-NIL. But now, not the vibe.
No.
He's not going to do that.
No, he'll be great in high school.
And Mike Lombardi, has he ever really been good? No.
Yeah.
Has he been fired many times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe we're not getting the best players. But you know who was there?
Jordan. Oh, yes. Jordan and Jordan. Air Jordan by Jordan. No, my favorite thing was the who's who was there.
Interesting.
So Michael Jordan and Lawrence Taylor.
Yes.
The real LT were both spotted in a suite together. And I saw the tweet circulate a couple times, or the post on x.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the best 1-2 athletes from different sports?
Wasn't Randy Moss there too?
Randy Moss, no, he's a Marshall University.
No, he is. He's not a UNC person, but he was also in the. I think he was.
No, there was a whole bunch of people in that suite.
I remember looking up and being like, "Is that Randy Moss behind?"
No,
him?
there was like
paying attention.
There was like 10 famous people in that suite, like star of stars.
Yeah.
I'm talking about specifically
school, yeah.
Lawrence Taylor and Michael Jordan both played respectively football and
UNC.
basketball in UNC, and I'm like, is this the best 1-2? And I'm like, made me think of the other good ones. I think of the best 1-2 from Auburn is what? Charles Barkley.
Cam Newton.
I'd say Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yeah. I'm a Cam Newton truther always. But yes,
Bo Jackson, if you go on college career,
best.
Florida State, you had Deion and Jameis, both two-sport athletes.
Yeah.
I think there's some fun ones. UCLA, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Jackie Robinson.
UCLA, you could just go crazy with.
But not really football.
I guess it's just basketball girls, isn't it?
I mean, Troy Aikman played 2 years there, but he was really Oklahoma.
Irrelevant.
Jackie Robinson played 4 sports there.
Yeah.
Basketball, baseball, football, and track. There's some fun ones out there. Arizona, Rob Gronkowski and Mike Bibby.
There's gotta be someone.
It's gotta
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, but then it's like, what sports do you include? Texas, you could say Kevin Durant and Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, you could go crazy with that.
But then the argument is Kevin Durant, would you say Vince Young? Because like in college, Vince Young was him.
He was the most iconic player of my lifetime.
Exactly. but that's my point. Like, yeah. But like, he's not Michael Jordan, but like, no. You could argue Michael Jordan wasn't the best college basketball player then. He wasn't picked first overall.
Yeah.
So it just brought up I had fun with that.
So who are you saying is the best? Are you saying
it's got to be Jordan and LT. Yeah. Anyone who says otherwise is just being a contrarian.
Yeah. Unless we're missing somebody. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know if we're I rattled off a bunch when I was just like thinking of it for fun.
I do.
LSU catched a lot of the bag because you have Shaq and the big three in the NFL right now between Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Because that one of them will be the best LSU player of all time. Yeah. Like when they're so I think LSU and Auburn give a run for their money.
I was gonna say Auburn's probably the best run for them.
I think Florida State with Dion and Jameis is the most athletic because both were two-sport athletes.
Yeah. It's just like, what did Jameis really do as a pro? Throw a lot of interceptions.
I mean, like, he was electric in college.
No, he was amazing in college.
Sick fantasy football player.
Yeah, because he was throwing every single play.
And he was electric. He was an outfielder, and then he became a closer. I heard stories like he would like pull up from like football practice, like straight into the game, boom.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about it for college football, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, like, yeah, there's more games. If you really want to hear about them, let us know. We could tell you, but like, look them up.
I think those are the biggest topics.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? NFL?
You want to talk Reds first?
Sure. Meaningful baseball in September. That's exciting.
Huge for Cincinnati.
Huge for baseball, right? Like, it's going to come down the final wild card spot between the New York Mets, the second highest payroll in the National League.
And the biggest. It's New York.
Yeah.
Like, it's the biggest market.
Even though they feel like their little brother.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that. Little Cincinnati Reds, the little engine that could.
Mm-hmm.
At the time we're recording this, they're back 4 games, and they play the Mets this weekend. Could be a huge series. If they drop 2 games and the Mets win 2 games, it can mean nothing.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Sal Stewart. He's the Reds' #1 prospect. Infielder, came up, made his debut on Monday. Electric.
Just having the time of his life.
His energy, like, screaming, and like, you need a spark come September when you're making a push. Like, if he could, I think he went 1 for 3 with a run.
Yeah.
Maybe an RBI. I don't know.
He had a run. He had a single. He didn't have an RBI.
He didn't have an RBI. Okay. But when he crossed home, the way, fire me up. And like, you need that in September. When the broadcast cut to his family, just tears, like, yes.
Question.
What's up?
Did they bring him up too late?
No, because where are you going to put him?
I've seen a lot of people talking about how they wish they had that spark 2 weeks ago.
Nah. Yeah, but nah. I don't think so.
You like it now?
Yeah, because where are you going to put him? He's an infielder, and you have so many infielders. Like, what, Ellie was going to DH a day, and McClain moved to short. No, I'm fine with it. I think you can't give up on Matt McClain yet.
No.
And he's actually getting hot right now. He's hit a few home runs over the weekend. Marte had to move to right field.
And I mean, Marte was like...
Marte's the guy. Marte's the spark in spring training. I'll be completely candid about it. I was not super high on him because didn't like the way he was carrying himself. It seemed to me, and I'm clearly wrong about this, I watched everyone go and give each other high fives afterwards, and he didn't high five anybody. I watched the way everyone was interacting, and maybe he's just an introvert. I just didn't feel like he was part of the team, and now he's coming off of the suspension from last year, and like maybe that had something to do with it, and he was just finding his own name. Or maybe I was right, and it just took him a few months to figure it out and then get called up. But no one is more pleasantly surprised than me about Noel V. Marte, because I did not. I was high on other people, and some of that has come through, but not on Marte, and he has. And Hunter Green's healthy at the right time. This could be a huge week for the Reds. It could be a huge month for the Reds. It could also be the end of the season, which that's kind of like playoffs. It's kind of like playoffs right now. like unofficially, but never know.
Yeah.
And if there's any team that could choke, it's the Mets. And that's all I have to say
You know
about
that from
that.
personal experience.
Yes, I do. Now where are we going next?
I want to talk about the NFL. Let's like get to the true
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
I mean, I want to talk about this. We don't have to talk too long about it. But my favorite thing in the entire world was when we decided that the NFL was scripted.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. And I know that you're a firm believer in that. No,
Uh-huh.
I'm just kidding. But I know you like to lean into it. ESPN released their simulation of who was going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, this ought to be great.
What was going to happen. So it's like they run it like 1,000 times, see who like comes out the most. Super Bowl, Bills win over the Bucks.
Nope.
Right at the top, nope. Lose in the first round.
Oh, they made the playoffs though. That's so nice.
Lose in the wild card.
I mean, like that could happen.
Yeah.
They also could win the Super Bowl, so like I'm not.
Nothing else was super interesting, but I was obsessed with this actually falls in line with a lot of what bettors are doing, picking the Bucks to go pretty far. Crazy. So give me, I know you're not going to agree with that script. Give me your perfect script. If they were scripting out this season, who wins? Who misses the playoffs in a excruciating fashion?
Super Bowl's in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, it's Santa Clara. They had the Chiefs and the Eagles missing the playoffs.
Well, that's wrong. They will both be in the playoffs. They will both have a home game in the playoffs, maybe more.
Okay.
I think nothing would make the scriptwriters happier than the Niners winning it all. It's not going to happen.
And if I have anything to do with it, they won't be winning it all.
I think the scriptwriters would love a face to win that's not a quarterback, like a Christian McCaffrey, like if he could be like a George Kittle, like it's not. I'm just saying, like, yes, quarterbacks sell, but like NFL top 100 this year, number one, Saquon Barkley.
I know.
So
just for doing the backward turtle. Literally, they posted like a whole thing about it.
He also like ran for over 2,000 yards.
He was,
but yes, yeah,
but that is all they ever cared about was him doing the backward turtle.
Which he was like famously like, I won't do that again.
He says, don't even remember how I did it, but not doing it.
What is the perfect script? I mean, in Cincinnati, is it the Bengals win their first Super Bowl against the team that limited them from the Super Bowl in 1989?
Okay,
is that right?
Yeah.
So like Bengals beat the Niners in
like
San Francisco.
I think
fun.
That's so fun for Cincinnati. I think.
But like nationally, I don't know how much.
I think scriptwriters are thinking Bills.
Of course. But, I heard this take from, actually, I'm not going to steal it, but Matt Beauvais in Buffalo, who, great guy, he works at our sister station up in Buffalo. He said, because it's the last year for Highmark for Buffalo, that it's going to be Bills Chiefs AFC Championship game, the last game ever at that stadium. Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Bills go to the Super Bowl. They win because it's a snow game. They get a dome. That would actually be
that would be how it actually goes.
That would actually
and then the people of Buffalo light a fire to the new stadium.
Bring us back to Highmark.
Not a pro pyro podcast, but that would be the script.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that place is a dump.
I've never been. I think it sounds fun though. I love.
No, I love. When I say that, it's a lovable one.
Yeah. So what is winning the Super Bowl? You think it's the Niners?
No. That was like perfect script. Who do I think is going to win? I think it's going to be Eagles Chiefs again.
Ooh.
And I think it's going to be the Eagles again.
I hate that.
Oh, I could see Eagles Chiefs, and I could either say the Eagles are going to win it, but I could also say the Chiefs, Travis Kelce retires. That's also
his perfect script.
Wedding in Vegas at the party after.
I actually think the perfect script last year was supposed to be Chiefs win, Travis Kelce proposes.
Was this on the field?
I genuinely think he had a ring in his back pocket.
No.
Like I think everybody thought that was going to be what would happen. I'm so happy the Eagles won so that I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But
I think it's Eagles Chiefs again.
Eagles Chiefs. Ugh, that's sickening. I personally am rooting for Bills Lions.
That'd be fun.
I think that would be really fun. Two teams that have had abysmal playoffs.
I would love to see Bengals Commanders.
That would be crazy.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be
the fun. LSU boys at quarterback.
I have no faith in the Commanders this year, though. They're really old and they have a hard strength of schedule.
I have faith in the Commanders this year. Okay. I think they're gonna get the wild card in the NFC.
Who Which coach gets fired before the end of the season?
Good question. Ooh, I'm trying to think around the league because the whole AFC North is safe.
You think so?
Yes.
Even Browns?
Yes, Stefanski's going to get fired for that. Stefanski's an amazing coach.
I don't think he's
No, Cleveland won't fire. Like he's, what is he working with? I could see a world, Brian Dable and the Giants.
Brian Dable.
I
He
could
was
see,
going to get fired last?
yeah, I could see Brian Dable with the Giants being, I mean, depends how they do. Dable's been there for a while. And they've we've gotten you everyone you've wanted now. Like, I think they're going to let it. Dable's probably safe because they're going to wait for Jackson Dart to be the starting quarterback for him. So he's finally had his guy. That's a really good question. I think Carolina, if they play below expectations.
I have the correct answer.
Yeah.
Colts. We get Anthony Richardson. We immediately say, screw Anthony Richardson. We underperform every single season. What has he actually shown us?
Yeah.
I could see him getting fired. I think that's probably my bet.
That's probably that's a good bet. I don't see that happening though.
Okay. Now who do you think will be MVP?
Joe Burrow.
You think it's Joe Burrow?
Yeah. It's his year.
He's number 2 betting odds.
Lamar's number 1.
Number 1. Yeah. Burrow is plus 550 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I love that.
Burrow's also the favorite for passing leader.
That's why I think he'll get it.
Yeah.
I think he should. If the Bengals had one more win last year, he's the MVP.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's close.
If the Bengals make the playoffs, no doubt.
Well, that's why I said one more win, they would have made the playoffs. I think it's no. I think it's Joe. The only way is it's not Joe is if the Bengals posted an abysmal record, which I don't see them doing that. I would find it very funny if the Ravens post a really bad record and Lamar wins. I don't think anyone would be more mad than Bengals fans.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
I don't think that'll happen. I think the Bengals make the playoffs. I think they get at least 10 wins, and I think Joe Burrow wins the MVP. Okay. And that's not even a Cincinnati take. That's like I genuinely believe that. It's his year.
Does Jamar get a second Triple Crown? He's the.
I don't think he doesn't get I don't know if he gets a second Triple Crown. That's so hard to do.
It's insane. But
I could see him winning OPOY this year because I think part of last year will leak into this year, being like everyone's going to be like any other year he would have won it, but Saquon Barkley's absurd season. So I like Jamar. I don't know what his OPOY odds are, but I do like him.
I believe I want to say he's the favorite, but he also might be behind Saquon again.
Yeah, I would take Jamar over Saquon. I think Saquon's going to have not a step back, but you can't replicate that season.
Never do that again.
So, and I also am very curious if there's more ball sharing with the Bengals this year. It'll depend on health. It'll depend on a lot of things. As far as the Bengals specific, are we still talking random things around the league or about the Bengals specifically?
We can talk about neither.
Bengals open up against Cleveland and they are 1-9 through their first 2 weeks. Over the last 5 years, so Joe Burrow is 1-9 as a starter through the first 2 weeks.
Joe Burrow's already.
Yeah, and Zach Taylor's only been there 1 more year than Joe Burrow. He's historically bad. I don't want to say he's historically bad. He's not historically bad. He's had issues in Cleveland, and won there last year.
And that was like a huge getting over the hump. Finally.
Don't tell him that, but yeah.
But that's what the.
Yeah. So I want to sound so dumb in a week. Because I always pick the Bengals week 1, even though I'm like, yeah, this is the year, and they're just so much better than the Browns. But I was there 2 years ago, 2023, week 1, 24-3 because it rained. And when Zach Taylor said after the game, yeah, the weather was brutal. I hear you. I saw it. The weather was brutal, but it was brutal for Cleveland too. And yes, they had a better run game now. The Bengals have a better running game now. The Bengals are better in every single aspect of it, except for defensive line than Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, and I actually think the Bengals O-line might be pretty solid this year.
I actually am a fan of the Bengals O-line right now.
It's going to take some time, but love Fairchild. I think the Risner signing was great. Mm-hmm. Ted Karras, the center, is awesome. Orlando Brown Jr. and Amarius Mims, I just think his stock is rising. As long as he can stay healthy. I'm so high on Chase Brown, the running back. I am so high on Jamar Chase, obviously, T. Higgins both being paid, high on them.
Gesicki?
Super high on Mike Gesicki. Excited to see what Noah Fant can do. High on Andre Yoshavas. Like, when it comes to the offense, I'm high on, like, the whole team.
There's literally nobody on the offense that I feel, like, doubtful about.
Defense, I'm low-key a little worried about.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'll tell you what, and we'll talk about it next week. I think Jacksonville's a trap game for the Bengals.
Really?
Jacksonville does everything well that the Bengals don't do well. Like, I'm worried about that, but we'll talk about the Jaguars next week.
So are you picking the Bengals to win for sure this week?
Yeah, I'm picking the Bengals. Whatever. I'm picking the Bengals to win.
They're a 4.5-point favorite. Do they beat the spread? Because they are typically terrible against the spread.
I think they are going to win this game by either 20 or lose.
Okay. No, perfect.
I cover the Bengals. I'm telling you what I know. And maybe it's a new Bengals. I don't know. Hopefully it is for Bengals fans' sake.
I'll say I never believed that they were really dire in the first week until I watched them lose to the Patriots last season. And I thought, okay, I think there is something to this.
Yeah. No,
this ongoing narrative that they are just actually terrible at the beginning. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Then I'll tell, crossing over between NFL and college, I love some of the like conversations I have off camera with the guys, and I'll share some not others. I will share this one. I was talking to T. Higgins, and he went to the Clemson game because it was Clemson LSU. So Jamar versus T. And
did Jamar go too?
I don't think Jamar went. It was in Clemson. So T went, which is funny. Like, I don't think Jamar went, even though Sports Illustrated just dropped an article. They do everything together.
Yeah.
They are very close. And I was asking T, how was it? And he was like, oh, we got to win, man. I'm tired of us losing. And he was talking about some of the players, good and bad and whatever. He's a fan now. He's an alumni. What I thought was, I was like, T, I never met Dabo Swinney. What's he like? Because, like, what a character. And I go, what's Dabo like? He goes, Swinney? I go, yeah. He goes, man, players first. I was like, interesting. I don't get that vibe. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, that man gives the best motivational speeches out of anyone I've ever heard.
I believe that.
Big God first locker room, which like,
that.
I think I was like, shocker, which like great.
But that he is very outspoken about
yes, religion. And he's just kept emphasizing players first. Like, he really cares about the players and he cares about their well-being over everything. Mm-hmm. And I was like, so was he really good at like the living room visit? Like, what was your experience? Like, did Dabo know was existent? He goes, Dabo pulled up to my basketball game in high school. And T was an amazing basketball player, could have been a Division I basketball player. If you ever asked T why he chose football over basketball, and he said it was because a coach sat him down when he was going to quit football. He goes, listen, you're 6'4", 6'5". You'd be an average height guard in basketball. You'd be a monster in football. And T says, say no more.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. And obviously turned into the incredible wide receiver he is, just getting paid, $122 million or whatever it was.
Nothing big.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Like, yes, like, obviously I see Dabo Swinney's press conferences and I'm like, this is a lot. He hates the NIL. He hates the NCAA.
And he's outspoken about players really shouldn't be paid.
But T, who was not there during the NIL era,
yes, was
like, no, Dabo. And like, if he didn't like him, he would tell me. Mm-hmm. He was amazing. He would like one of the main reasons he went to Clemson was because of Dabo Swinney. And I mean, T was catching passes from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Well, like in Trevor Lawrence, like whatever in the NFL. In college, Trevor Lawrence was him.
Yeah. He was a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't say that to Dabo. But
my apologies.
Yes. But yeah, so I don't know. That was a fun little inside the locker room story. I have we'll share more of those as the weeks go on, of different conversations we had that won't make TV, won't make social media. Like, camera wasn't even rolling, and I'll use discretion over which ones I share. But I really like that one. I was excited, fun to see him get excited. For NFL, or is there any more NFL stuff you want to talk about?
No, I think we should move on to your favorite segment that you named.
Cincy Dudes in the News.
Yeah.
Which could also be a dudette, but this week it is a dude.
Yes.
If you're watching SportsCenter still, if you're watching Top 10 Highlights, bonus play, Withrow High School, Dontrell Moses, one-handed, Caleb No has it on his Twitter, x.com, and it was Caleb's tweet they put on SportsCenter of Dontrell going back, one-arm grab. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, congrats to him. That was super cool. And on the topic of Withrow, Chris Henry Jr.,
Chris Henry Jr., son of
former Bengals wide receiver Chris Henry, passed away. Chris Henry Jr. played a little bit of high school football in Cincinnati. One of those teams he played for was Withrow High School, and he came back and he donated cleats. And it was super cool.
He donated cleats to the team, of which I guess Dontrell Moses perhaps got. It's just
are those like his Mike shoes?
I don't know.
Are
yeah.
those... Chris Henry's a 5-star wide receiver, Chris Henry Jr., and is committed to Ohio State.
Yes.
He's a star.
So he's an absolute star. He has a lot of NIL money, as we can imagine, due to the new rules. And so with his NIL deal, that's what he did.
That's so nice.
Yeah, he gave cleats to his old school. Perhaps Moses was wearing those cleats. Who's to say? We cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could confirm if we made a phone call, but I'm not going to make the phone call.
Yeah,
I like
we
the
do
mystery.
have his contact.
Yeah, I do have his phone number. Yeah, but that was cool, and always fun when you see your stuff national.
And it's crazy to be a high school athlete who's not like LeBron James.
No, to get on SportsCenter Top 10.
And
yeah,
be on
sick.
SportsCenter Top
Sick.
10. Like,
sick.
If I'm him, I'm walking around school like,
if you're him,
I'm
you're
a
him.
star. Yeah.
Did I do that right?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're him,
you're him, you're him.
Yeah, no, he killed it. Imagine it. Like, I would be excited when they said Marshall went 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but he got a single on the loudspeaker.
No, literally on the loudspeaker, like in morning announcements, they'd be like, "Oh, the J-Town girls soccer team just won their district," and I'm like, "That's me."
Exactly. Yeah, no, he was fully on SportsCenter Top Place, so that's cool. Anything else?
No, I think we've covered just about everything this week.
Cool. Big series for the Reds. Bengals week 1. UC taking Bowling Green.
Taking on the Cat.
Taking on the Cat. Week 2 college football coming up. Week 1 NFL coming up. Good time to be alive.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great time to be alive.
Thanks for hanging out. Relax. It's just sports.